Hola! So here I am back with a new video. Today we're going to talk about things you'll know if you're a teacher. I found this video on BBC3, it's a YouTube page, and I thought it could be interesting to talk about that. See all the statements that they will mention and how to we will react to them. Now, before we start, I would like to mention something that I saw on the Spanish news when I was in Spain, and they were talking about how teachers should limit their social interactions in times of a pandemic. And I thought, I'm actually in two minds about the matter, because on the one hand, a teacher who works on average, let's say 5 hours a day, they have so much interaction with the students. I mean, I kind of understand that we should limit interactions like outside school, but like why are we always the target for all these things? I mean, I would say I'm pretty sure we're not the only ones who interact socially or who interact in the workplace so much. Why are we always the bad ones? You know what I mean? So yeah, I found it interesting because yeah, on the one hand we could limit our social interactions, but I'm sure there are other jobs who should do that. But at the end of the day, if you're a teacher, you're always busy, you'll understand me, and we don't really interact socially too much in general. So but yeah, I just wanted to mention this to start with. But let's get into the video. I will skip some parts because otherwise the video will be too long. We'll see the reaction or the statements and we will react to them. Now, let's get into it.
Yeah. Whatever, miss. We don't like the way you teach. Oh, Miss Murphy, I think there's a poo on the floor.
Oh yeah, I had that reaction. I was a substitute teacher in one class last year, and one of them said to me, you're Spanish, you shouldn't be teaching me. And I was like, what? I'm still a teacher, so what's the problem with that? It was another class. I was just supervising the class, and they say, oh, you have no power over me. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was just 1 hour, so psst.
Oh my days, what did I do? Did I do that though? Did I do that though? Miss Murphy, there's definitely a poo on the floor. There's footprint in it.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. Oh, the most awkward moment. Well, that's a bit of sex ed for the little ones. Hello.
My most awkward moment. I don't really know. Probably if I said a word wrong, or I spelled something wrong, or something like that. But I don't think I've ever had awkward moments in the school. Don't think so. No.
Ask questions. Like, what's public hair? I've got awkward moments with kids. Boys, kids having crushes. Do we have silent read?
No, I haven't had that, but it's true that when I was teaching in a boys' school, I would hear comments of, oh yeah, the Spanish teacher is so exotic. I mean, you can find Spanish people everywhere in this town nowadays, so okay.
Reading, and I have a kind of soft area for like people who've done really well and they can lounge on the sofa. And anyway,
okay,
15
let's
minutes
skip
into the silent reading, I was
bit
like, so.
there.
Would you like to go to the bathroom?
There. Receiving a strange gift.
Strange gifts.
I've never had strange gifts. I normally get boxes of chocolate, candles. Yeah, no, I've never had a strange gift, I think. No, but let's hear.
I've had a few. Food that has been eaten. A box of paracetamol. Jewelry.
Okay, on a side note, never get me paracetamol. I'm allergic to it.
Clearly, a clay effigy of my head. My friend's teacher friend, a child gave her weed once. I bought this for you because it helps my mum.
Some people would find, or some teachers would find that handy present. Never heard that before, so okay. Now, seeing children out of school. Yeah, I have a few things about this, but I used to have a neighbor who was my Spanish teacher, and I would see her all the time. That was back in Spain, obviously. And yeah, I was like, oh, every time I see her, I have to say hello, you know, as a 15-year-old. Oh my God, the drama. But now that I'm a teacher myself, when I see the students, I live in a small town and you see them in the shopping center all the time. I hear, oh, you're a Spanish teacher. I find it very funny because it makes me feel like a celebrity and it's very strange. So if I see them, I just ignore them. But I hear, you know, whispering, and then they could go quiet and all of a sudden I hear, hola, miss, but like trying to hide as well. Like, I find it really funny because it makes me feel like a celebrity, which I am not, okay? I'm just a teacher, living my dad, getting my groceries, that's it.
Seeing students or parents in public.
Most of the times, if they see me, it's like an out-of-body experience.
They can't believe that you exist outside of the school environment.
Yeah, and that's how we thought as well. Like if we look back when we were kids, seeing a teacher in a supermarket was a really weird experience. Oh wow, they have a life. But yeah, when you're a teacher yourself, you can see why. Yeah.
Going down
Yeah, I'm gonna skip some of
and then a little boy and his dad were coming up. Staff room romances.
Ooh. I actually got married to a guy I met at, I'm joking, but single now.
Well, it depends on the environment. If the school is big or small, I've never been in that situation. But it could happen. But it could happen in any job. I mean, yeah, it could happen in any job. I'm going to skip that one because it's kind of me. Let's go to the next one here. Let's see.
Ben came to school.
Oh my goodness.
You only work 6 hours a day and have loads of holidays. Oh my God.
Yeah, you only work 6 hours a day and you have loads of holidays. This is like telling an athlete you only work at the competition. I mean, really? You don't really work at the competition, and the teacher doesn't really work only at school. We have so much work to do during our holidays, our weekends. Like, that's what people don't see. I spend some Saturdays, my time off, preparing stuff, preparing lesson plans and all that. So yeah, let's see what they have to say. Let's see.
Loads of holidays. Oh my God, can I punch every person in the throat that says that? I wake up at 6.
I'll help you, sister. Definitely. Yeah, some people, and then they're always the same type of profile, you know? This person who just tries to, oh yeah, oh, you only work this and that. How did you know? I mean, I don't go to another job and say, oh, really, you only do that? Why do you underestimate what we do? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, sometimes, yeah, I've been there. I'll help this woman punch some people.
Like parents evening,
Yep.
open evening.
Giving up your weekend. Best way to respond to this is, yeah, no. It's so
Yeah, especially now with the pandemic, we had to adapt our classes to online classes. And that was probably the most stressful time of our lives. How to go from doing everything face-to-face, adapt those classes to online ones. We had to learn to use certain tools in a few days. We were never told we had to teach online. We didn't have the tools. We didn't have the proper technology to do it. That's what some people don't see, and that's really annoying in the sense that, oh yeah, like you have so much holidays, and oh look, now you're working from home. That's fantastic. working from home. Like at the start of the pandemic, back in March, I would feel lightheaded at the end of the classes from focusing on those classes so much that I know that wasn't healthy. I know it happened because I'm not used to being in front of a screen, but how frustrating was that? And still people would say, oh yeah, teachers, like, no, you're teaching at home, like, and you're complaining, blah, blah, blah. Makes me really angry, so I don't want to talk about this too much. No.
Maybe I should react like that, because usually my normal reaction is like,
Let's see another one.
I think I used to react like that.
Okay,
End of term parties. I would say they would mention things about, you know, drinking too much, revealing some secrets. I don't really know, but from my experience, end of term parties. We normally had a party for Christmas, and we would drink, and yeah, sometimes I don't think you would talk too much, but some people would. But I don't know. I think it depends. Let's see.
Raucous, and was the reason I gave up drinking.
Drinking.
By the time we get to the end of the term, Christmas party, summertime.
Yeah, I've heard, I haven't been there, but I heard situations where teachers would play Never Have I Ever. No, because then you have to see the teacher after Christmas or after summer. Not good. No. But now let's do one more and then we'll finish. What's the hardest thing about teaching?
The hardest thing about being a teacher.
Not being able to do as much as you want.
And when they're upset and you know things are going on outside of...
Yeah, not being able to do as many things as you would like. I agree on that. But to me, the hardest thing is the people. It sounds really bad, but not the people as the students, but the people, meaning people who know how to teach, people who create laws about teaching when they've never stepped foot in a school, those types of people. So institutions, governments, people who try to include laws when they don't really know how a classroom works. That's the hardest part, how to fight against laws and fight against even the people who think they know how to do your job. Yeah, I think that's the hardest part. Yeah. I would say the other question would be, what the greatest? No, let's see, I'm curious now. There. What's the best thing about teaching? To me, the best thing is see results. And that's why I mentioned this in the previous video. When the exams were cancelled, to me that was a really bad situation for me, mentally speaking, because I want to see evolution. And when students take an exam, it's also a test for me to see if they're doing things right or if I'm doing things right. So I like to see results, okay? And yeah, to see that how happy they are when they reach their goal, and I know I've been helping them. That's a really good feeling, Also, all the good stories, like some children are really grateful, and you can have a really bad day in other, situation in your life, and then you go there, and that happens to me. I go there, I teach them, and I hear stories, and my mind goes somewhere else, and that really helps me. That's why sometimes with the pandemic or summertime, it can be hard because you don't really have that classroom interaction or classroom atmosphere. So yeah, the best thing is seeing the results for me. Yeah, let's see what they say.
Best thing about being a teacher? The kids.
Yeah, the kids.
The kids are amazing.
It's hilarious every single
They are so funny.
It is honestly like...
I remember when I was teaching a group of 6-7-year-olds, I was waiting for one mommy to pick up a child, and he was 7 years old, I believe, at the time. And he was like, oh, miss, there's a circus coming to town. And I said, oh, really? Are you going? And he said, oh, no. So he said, no, I'm too old for that. I'm a grown-up. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, oh, no, the circus is for under 6 years old, and I'm 7 years old. And that was so funny. That made my day, and I talked about that for so long, telling people like, he's so sweet and so innocent. I mean, that's a good thing about teaching, like those kinds of stories where you have this, you know.
30 people have had a little drink.
You stay up till 2 in the morning and you question why you're doing this and you question life, and then you step in a classroom and you have one of the best lessons.
And that moment was...
Been there, done that. If I got €1 for every time I wanted to give up teaching, I would be rich right now. Much as I like it, it's really frustrating sometimes, and it's the amount of work that you put. It's sometimes you don't see the results, and that's really frustrating, especially because if it's a 9-to-5 job, you go home, you forget about everything. Friday you go home at 5 or even earlier, you forget about everything until Monday. Okay, sometimes it could be frustrating as well, you know what I mean? But it's not where you just have to be thinking new ways of teaching something, new ways of catching students' attention. It's always innovation. It's always trying to, you know, to engage with them, and it can be really frustrating. And sleepless nights, preparing stuff, and you know, it can be frustrating. Yeah.
And they get it when all these ones and zeros all of a sudden make a number, and it's just like, it's that, oh, I get it now. Kids, our kids.
Yeah, when I teach grinds and they don't understand something, and then I try to explain that in a different way or whatever, they're like, oh yeah, I know what you mean now. Now I understand. That feeling, I can tell you, it's the best. When they leave with and you can see that as well, because I'm very good with faces in that sense. If I say something like, do you understand now? Yeah. Say, are you sure? Actually, no. And I say, don't worry, we'll say it in a different way and all that. And then you can see in their faces, oh yeah, now I get it, thanks. So that's a really good feeling, really good feeling.
To go to school, so we have to convince them. But actually, when you can, there's just this magic moment that
Yeah, it's something that I've had other jobs in the past before I was teaching full-time, and you don't get that. I mean, I always say that nobody can be a teacher, and you need a special, I don't know what to say, like a talent or a gift to teach. Of course, you see people who really work hard on it, but I don't think everybody can be a teacher. And I've said this before, and I will say it. I mean, you can fight against what I'm saying here, but not everybody can be a teacher. Because, yeah, everybody can teach, but not everybody has everything that you need to be a teacher. Patience, determination, they're willing to give up on things like evenings and all that stuff, as I mentioned before, and that way to engage with the students. Not everybody can do that, so yeah. So yeah, I think we can wrap this up because it's only like a few seconds left. So I would like to see other reactions, other ideas, if you have or other experiences that you would like to share. Feel free to comment. Yeah, I really like making these types of videos, so I will look into others, and I'll be back soon with more content. So thank you so much and have a good day.